Hey everyone, I'm Curtis, founder of Whalesync, and today I'm going to show you how to get Google Sheets API key. Now, this is a little bit more involved than other services that I've talked about in the past. It's not too bad, but Google does make you jump through some unusual hoops in order to get an API key, but we're going to walk through everything together, and then by the end of this video, you're going to be able to connect to the Google Sheets API and read and write to any of your Google Sheets. So let's jump right in. So here we are. I am in Google Drive, and let's just create a sheet. Okay, so let's just make YouTube API key demo. And then let's just put something in there like, hello YouTube. Oops. Okay, perfect. So now we have our Google Sheet, but how do we get an API key? Okay, so there is no settings page where you just get an API key. The way that Google does it is it makes you go through Google Cloud, which is their cloud hosting solution. So the way to get to Google Cloud is to go to console.cloud.google.com. And this may or may not be the screen that you see at first. You may have to accept some terms of service, things like that. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a new project. So if you already have a Google Cloud project, then you can use that. But if you're like most people, where you don't have a Google Cloud project already, you just come in here and create a new one. So you can call it something like Google Sheets API key project, and then click create. And it takes a minute to create the project. Okay, so now let's select the project. There we go. Okay, we're in it. And then the next thing to do is to enable the Google Sheets API. So up at the top here, just search for Google Sheets. Yeah, and then this should come up, Google Sheets API. And if you want to know where this is, it's in the marketplace. Yeah, then just click enable. Takes a minute. Okay, so once that is created, there is a way to create a read-only API key for Google Sheets, but actually I want to do the more powerful method, which is being able to write to a Google Sheet via the API. And what we have to do is we have to create a service account. So we're going to now look for service. So just go here, and then we want to create a service account. And you can call it Google Sheets API service account. Okay. Create and continue. Okay, create and continue. Let's just continue. Okay, and then next thing is we want to create a JSON key. So manage keys, add key, create new key, JSON, done. So that created a key and it downloaded it to our computer, probably just in the downloads folder. If we refresh here, you'll see that we do have a key created. So that key is basically going to be effectively the API key that pretends like you are the service account, and that service account is going to be able to work with the Google Sheet that you need to edit. So next, we want to take this sort of email-looking address, this email address here. It says Google Sheets API service account at symbolic Yeti, et cetera, et cetera. Just go ahead and copy that, and then go to the spreadsheet, click share, and then paste that in as an editor. You can uncheck that, but just click share. So now that service account has access to this Google Sheet, which is basically giving the API key access to this Google Sheet. Okay, so now that we have the service account JSON, we actually don't have the API key that we're going to use yet. What we're going to do is we're going to be able to create one from the service account using a script, and it's only valid for 1 hour. It uses a thing called OAuth. You don't have to worry too much about that, but I'm going to link the script below if you want to be able to use it, and it's not too bad. Okay, so I have all these little cheat sheets up here. I'm going to bring these over. So here's the script to actually create the token. You don't have to worry about it too much, but you can look at it if you like. And then I have the JSON file itself here. Again, don't need to worry about this. This is just what we're going to be using. This combined with this script will get us the API key. Okay. And then here is my cheat sheet of little commands that we're going to run to actually get the API key. So this ID here is the ID of the Google Sheet. And then these are basically API requests we're going to make against the sheet itself so that we can do stuff with it. Okay, so here we are. We're all set up and ready to go. I'm going to set this key variable to be that JSON file, the sheet, and then create our token. And now we have a real API key that we can use. It only lasts for 1 hour. Check this out. Token. So this is the actual API key we're going to use. Okay, so let's try calling the API. Let's get what's in the sheet and see what it says. Hello, YouTube. Very cool. That's what's right there. Let's look at some of the information about the sheet itself. Okay. So the name of the sheet is YouTube API key demo, and it has one tab, sheet 1. Let's see, just run this. Again, hello YouTube. It's a different way to request a couple of different ranges from the sheet. Now let's actually make an edit to the sheet. So let's say hello from curl. Okay, so there it is. Hello from curl. We have edited the sheet with an API key and it worked end to end. So if you want to go beyond just the Google Sheets API, you can check out our product Whalesync. It lets you connect a Google Sheet to other tools that you have like Webflow, Notion, Supabase, Salesforce, HubSpot, things like that. If you want to actually use Google Sheets to manage those tools, or if you prefer working with data on your local computer with something like an AI agent, Claude Cowork or Claude Code, you can check out our other companion desktop app to Whalesync that we're calling Scratch. And it makes it super easy to connect to Google Sheets or a bunch of other of your tools as well. Download that data locally, work on it with AI, and then publish it back in a totally safe. So that's it. I hope that was super useful and helpful, and I will see you in the next one.